What's up, everybody? It's Beep Boop here for my account review after the tournament for the Etheria Restart Free-to-Play Global Launch Cup Challenge. We ended up placing top 8, losing to Mataro, and he ended up winning the whole thing. So congrats to Mataro on the win, and we can't be too mad losing to the champ because this was the first tournament we've ever entered in this game. My main account is also free-to-play, but I didn't really focus on RTA too much over there. Really just playing to get the weekly currency and then not playing again until after the weekly reset. I am Masters on my main account with like less than 100 games played, but I will be making the push to Mythic now that I have a better understanding on what I need to focus on. I'll still be playing this account as well, just because I'm more of a turn 1 player on that account, and this one has bruisers built that I don't on there. My goal going into this challenge was to play Rev Cleave, as that's what I'm familiar with. And I definitely had the units to do so. You know, Suki, Messiah. I was going to pull Beyonton instead of Rahu on my target selector. But I ran into a few issues with trying to play this playstyle. One, during the 2 times event, I wasn't able to roll any yellow speed. I have none on this account. I do have about like 15-ish purple pieces that I kind of just spread out through the units that I did use in the tournament. And the next issue was I couldn't get any 3 Matrix Revs to drop for the longest time. So I was eventually able to get one on my Yelly, a pretty good one at that, at Harvest Keen Eye Fury Edge with all red stats rolls, and then a Momentum Swift Raid one with red flat attack and max roll red speed with, purple hollow. But way before this happened, I was able to pick up really good artisans. So my Holden here has a Scribe Bloodbath Cloth Guard with all max rolls on his stats here. And then I have a Bramble Bloodbath Ether Plague on my Rahu with red defense percent, red speed, and yellow hollow damage. Even my Makoto, even though I didn't pick her in a tournament, also had a really good artisan. And then my Raymary here had a very good Amber, which Dry Bloodbath Swift Smite, and a max roll HP percentage. Overall, the shells, like I don't even have this matrix set on my main, and I have 2 of them here with Bulwark Bloodbath Swift Smite on my Mio and my Hind. But yeah, so without having those revs, I pivoted more into a standard playstyle where I could pivot to, depending on the draft, either CC Cleave or more of a bruiser playstyle. And more so, it was to kind of pick still the bruisers away from turn 2 players. Because me having Holden and Rahu here, that's 2 of the 3. And then I would most times ban Tiamat as the pre-ban. So, and I just played it more as like Brad does, where he doesn't really pick the healers too often. Kind of just uses the shields as a stain. And I just felt like they were decently geared, for the amount of time we have to prepare for this tournament. So you can see here. And even my Raymary, even though she's only 5-star, I felt was decently geared. 35k health, 78% crit at 204 speed. But yeah, the main units that I picked during the tournament, these are the ones that I wanted to play or try to get every draft, were Lilium, Yelly, Plume, Red Kachi, Holden, and Rahu, with Silenci being my filler pick and my only 6-star filler pick, the rest being 5 stars, and Mari, Aya, Mio, Hein, and Raymary, who I didn't even realize you could pick in this tournament until after somebody picked her against me. And even though I still had one that set, I knew I had to build her afterwards because she's a very good unit. Now, I valued picking Lily first over Plume, just because she was my fastest unit at 324. Her investment was 511, and I felt like she paired better with my cleavers, with Lilium being 515 and Yelly being 155. Now, with me picking Lily first, most times my opponents would pick Plume next. And that allowed my red Kachi to steal a lot of games, who was definitely my MVP of the tournament. So I remember Sturby saying to Sushi Lightning when he was doing a count review with them that if you don't have the speed, then you have to find a way to cheat the speed. And the way you do that is with Strive. So with Plume going and casting her S3, she would hit my Kachi, would allow me to cut in front of some of the other units. Or even if he didn't cut and they CC'd the team, the Alicorn would purge the debuffs. And then since I valued picking Lilium, I had the option to either CC their team with Kachi's skill 3, or boost up my Lilium or my Yelly if she wasn't CC'd, and either picking off a high value target with the S3, or stunning the whole team with killing a squishy with the S2. But if they did ban the Lily, or they picked it themselves, then like I said, I would pick the Plume as the most obvious pick because she goes with everything, and then just steal the bruisers away from them, forcing them to play something else. And with Tiamat banned, it kind of put them in more scrambly situations that I could kind of just counterpick them afterwards, whether it be double wound here, or Hazuki Mari as kind of like a last pick against the healers that would force them to ban them, and then I kind of just played with the core draft that I wanted to anyways. And Ray Mary as a surprise pick, considering I didn't think many people would have her going into this. But yeah, those were the units and the strategy that I had going into it. Looking back at the tournament, I knew that people that were a little bit faster than me would probably give me fits. I lost to ZK Krush in round 5 when we were both the only undefeateds left in the tournament. He was just way faster than me, kept lapping me. He had Jackal guards and CCs, and I kind of just wasn't expecting that type of style. And then I lost to Magix in round 6, but I kind of made some blunders in terms of my pre-ban. I banned the wrong hero. So, and then when I lost to Matsuro in top 8, after the first game, I knew he was faster than me, and I should have played Bruisers instead, but I didn't. And he was kind enough to play another match with me afterwards, even after I'd lost, just so I could see how the Bruisers would have did. And even though I still had lost that match, it made me realize I needed to either steal the Holden away or pre-ban it from him, because it was just a very valuable, high priority pick for him, and just did a lot of work against the Bruisers. But yeah, that's the count, and was my strategy going in. Worked pretty well considering I got top 8. I will be posting some of the matches that I had and maybe some breakdowns with it in the next coming days. So stay tuned for the next one.